there he is. There's the guy.
Hey, how we doing? How we doing?
We're doing good. The
All right.
USA not doing too good. Not
No,
not
no.
doing great at the moment after this past weekend. Um, yeah, B, welcome to another episode. Looks like we're gonna have to chirp our words a little bit here on Good Lies Golf, considering the USA got smacked around by Europe.
Hey, this is all I'll say. All right.
Wah,
I
wah.
was looking for USA to win 100%. Okay, I back them. But if I were to have laid down money before this, which I did not, I absolutely would have taken Europe. That's all I can say. I just thought they were a better team, better squad.
Yeah.
And I don't want to shit on Scheffler at all. You know, he obviously is world number one for a reason. His ball striking is unbelievable. His numbers across the board are unbelievable until you get to the putting. And when it comes down to the Ryder Cup, man, and team events like this, like putters win matches, man. It's match play. It's not really who shot the best, score across 18 holes. It's who won the most holes, right? And you got to
Yeah.
make putts.
Yeah.
Dude,
He doesn't make putts.
he didn't make putts, man. And I mean, his record was atrocious. It really was, man.
Yeah.
It was brutal. And when
Ricky
that's
Fowler
supposed to be
didn't do
your
too hot either.
no, he didn't. He didn't. Spieth was all over the place, dude.
Spieth didn't play well at all either.
Oh my God, his driving was ridiculous. It
Yeah.
was a struggle. I mean, I remember watching, I think it was the second round, first day. He was playing with, JT, which all the talk was about JT coming in, captain's pick. He shouldn't be there because he, played horribly all year. Um, and honestly, that second round on the first day, I felt like JT played the whole back nine against two players.
Yeah.
That's how bad
Yeah.
Spieth was,
Truth.
unfortunately. But yeah, dude. I mean, Europe wins and they win on home soil. That's kind of been a trend for quite some time. I mean, I know they've won like the last 70% of these things. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Last 7 times or something out of 11 or whatever. What? Yeah.
whatever it may be. But
Tommy Fleetwood securing the win too. I mean, that's the way to do it for Europe. He's been overdue.
and can we talk about the concession there? Like, I I felt like Ricky should have made Fleetwood make that putt. I mean, yes, it was, probably 3-4 footer, pretty automatic. I mean, it's still that's to clench the whole thing. Like you would think that. I mean, you got to, a little gamesmanship. You got to
Yeah. I
make him
don't
make the
know.
putt. You know what I
I
mean?
don't
Come
know.
on.
Yeah.
If
That's
it's
not a.
if it's a a 6 incher, okay, sure.
No, I'm
That's
not
going
giving
in.
anybody
But
anything.
oh
Not
yeah,
me.
yeah. Of course you're not.
Cut my nose off, spite my face.
Dude, it
Yeah.
could be like on the lip. No, you gotta hit it.
Yeah. Exactly. No, you got to
Nah,
tap
I
that
feel
in.
it. Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just maybe that's just me. I don't know. I just felt like shit, man. Let's to clinch the whole thing. Make him make the fucking putt. What is that?
At the overall, though, basically the match won when Scotty tied Rom. So I mean,
You mean Rom tied Scotty?
that's what I mean. Sorry. Yeah.
And yes, dude, that's what I'm talking about though. When he needed to make the putt, dude, he was one up with two to play, and it uh he would have clinched it on 17. He put his ball in there. It was probably like a 12, 13 footer, which for those guys, I mean, they have a higher make percentage for that relatively.
Right.
I mean, dude, he can't make the putt, and then you got Rom just like I don't know. Rom comes up and makes putts. That's
Listen,
just kind
you
of what he
knew
does.
Victor Hovland was gonna come out swinging once he had
Steam
a
train.
hole in one. You knew
Dude,
once he had a hole in one that he wasn't fucking around. He was not coming to fuck around. He was coming to eat
FedEx
everybody
Player of the
else's
Year,
lunch.
man. He's a stud.
Dude, I honestly, after seeing his play for the last few months, I scarily think that Victor Hovland is like the best golfer in the world right now. And he's just
He is. He is.
and he's just he's Hansel too hot right now, and
Uh,
I think honestly, if he keeps up this
Hansel.
pace, he's my Masters pick already. And I
I
don't
would
even
like
know.
that. I would like
I'm
that.
not even, I'm calling it this early, I know,
That
but
is
I
pretty early.
swear I have a weird feeling, especially with his style
He's
of
played
play.
well there
I mean, his style of play
recently.
with that precision there, I mean, that's just what you need to do. And I think he just looks so good right now. It's ridiculous. Um,
Yeah,
there's a lot of
no,
guys that look good. I'm
he
not
does.
saying, I'm not discrediting anybody else. Shoffley looks good. There's a lot of guys that Fleetwood looks good. Ricky did look good until this contest, but I don't know. I think
I mean, if you ask me,
he's
I'd
just
say
next
that's.
level.
I mean, yeah, I mean, comparatively to those guys, for sure. I mean, you, you're talking about the best player in the world, and you rank some of the like bottom
All the
15.
guys in the Ryder Cup, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Our best,
uh no, dude.
our Marine Corps of golf.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But Hovland is for sure. I think he was obviously the FedEx Cup winner for a reason. Uh the big
Yeah,
knock, he's always been a great ball striker. He's always been. The big knock on him for a long time was, can he make putts in his play around the green? He's figured that out, at least
clearly.
as of this season. He has figured it out. He's been statistically still like much better than the past. And you just combo that with his already great ball striking. I mean, he's lethal, dude. And he's got fire in him, dude. And some of these guys are just like out there. They're just, oh, I didn't win. It is what it is. Like you can tell he wants to go out there and just like
And he
beat
has
your
a good
ass,
time.
but he's still nice as fuck,
Right, like he has a good time. Like
Yeah,
that's you could also tell within that seriousness, he's got this like great persona,
yeah.
which is what golf needs. I think golf needs a face like that. So bless it,
Did
more power to him.
Did you hear or see the video of like all the guys on his team on Team Europe listening to Victor Hovland's favorite song?
No, no, I missed
Dude,
that.
it's like I don't know who it was, but it was like heavy fucking like metal, dude. Like like just straight screamo,
That's hey
shit
man,
like
that's how you
that.
got to get in the zone. That's how
It's
you got
just
to get in the zone.
hilarious though, because he's the nicest fucking guy.
I feel like Brooks Koepka would be like a metal to get in the zone guy, even though sometimes it can be that or like club music. But who knows?
I don't know about that, man.
How did so Ryder Cup, was kind of a Led Zeppelin for the US. Um if we didn't get smoked in the first 2 days, we
Oh,
would have stood a chance. But
100%.
but
They
we
made a
just
run late.
yeah, but we just you can't get slapped like that for 2 days straight
No,
and then expect to do anything significant.
no,
Um
no,
so
not at
we
all.
lost that, and now really we have the Zoso coming up, the Zozo Zaza coming up, and then other than
Dude,
that,
you got the
really
Shriners, man. The Shriners uh Children Championship,
true. I did
which is
forget that.
pretty cool because you have Lexi Thompson who's on the LPGA. She
Oh
actually
right,
got through via sponsorship, so she's going to
yeah.
be playing in a PGA Tour event, which is
So
kind of sick.
that's I forgot about that. That's really cool actually to mention that. Thank you for mentioning that. For my hiccup, not mentioning that.
100%.
Yeah,
Shout out, man.
it's just great. We got some things coming in the pipeline. So golf is not completely shut off yet. We still have some moments, for
Yeah,
those who are sad after the Ryder Cup closed down. But then we have our own sports here. I mean, football
we
season's
got our
upon
own
us heavy.
sports.
We got our own sports. We play sports, as out of shape adults. And we also follow sports as out of shape adults. So, um,
Look at
you know,
us, man. We're adults. Isn't that
look at
cool,
us.
Ryan? Um, yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
man caves and everything.
We do a lot of stuff. I just played 9 holes actually with Kai
Yeah, so you played
at
9 holes with your
Elks. Yeah,
son. How was at Elks Run, the
yeah,
classic course we always talk about? Obviously, the
dude.
listeners know Elks Run by
They're
now.
grooming that course up right now. They're bringing some life back to it for sure. She was looking absolutely beautiful. I mean, I can't not say how the weather treated us beautifully as well. Thank you, weather and Mother Earth. Dude, it was just an absolutely perfect evening. We caught golden hour, which was perfect. And
Love
but
some golden hour.
but talking about the course itself, like I said, they're grooming it up, man. It looks unbelievable. It's coming to life. I will say they had an outing that day, and unless it's my own outing, when I know like the guys are going to respect the fucking course, you could tell they just fucking ate it up. Like they didn't repair anything. There was just divots and fucking, cleat
Little
marks
chewing
everywhere.
tobacco, eh?
Dude, it was kind of annoying because like I'm going around. I First of all, I love golf courses, but
I used to
this one
work
has
here
a
when I was
special.
15, okay?
Exactly. All right.
It has to be
All right.
pristine.
Absolutely. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I told Kai on number
This is
8. I was like,
horseshit.
"Hey, your dad, he built those stairs right there. Okay, blood, sweat, and tears. Put them in that. Okay, in
Yeah.
that cement." He was like, "Oh, cool. I'm gonna go run up the stairs you built." I was like, "All right, test them out. They're still standing." Um, Dude, she was lush. She treated me well. I hit the ball pretty well. I shot a 40. I was striking some driver better than I have in a long time, which I was
40. That's an
excited
80
about.
if you double that.
Yeah, yeah, and honestly, I hit the ball pretty damn well for my standards. The thing that hurt me was actually what I'm usually best at, the wedge. Um, I had some chunky monkeys out there.
Why do I feel like golf is this thing that it's like a sinking ship that keeps having little holes plugged in. I feel like once you
Yeah,
plug one hole and
100%.
you fix something, it's like "Pink," and
Something
then
else
like
is
there's
off.
another
Yeah,
hole, and then you go and you plug that hole, and it's like "Pink," and then there's another hole, and then there like it's like a cartoon, like Tom and Jerry,
yeah,
like they're fucking with us, like the golf gods are just messing with you. Every time one aspect of your game gets pretty crisp, then all of a sudden something else falls apart. And then when you go and
yeah.
tweak and fix that something for those somethings, then something else falls apart. And you're just like holding yourself like battered at the end of a year trying to figure
Right.
out where the hell your game went in those 12 months. And it's just a whirlwind.
You just feel like shit. You're like
You're just
you just
thrown
end up
around.
right where you started at, and then you're ready to do it again.
You're
Like,
buying square strikes.
yeah, dude, you're just like you're so fucked up mentally, and you're so exhausted you can't fall asleep. So you're just sitting on your fucking lazy boy, 3 a.m. It's just gray screen. You
I
have
need one of them.
the TV guide manual in front of you.
Martha, give me a TV guy.
Where's the TV dinner?
Put in a Hunger Man XL in the freezer, please.
I can't
I
get
need to
up.
work on my swing. Hey, get out of here.
Need to work on my swing. My
There's the dog
fantasy
there.
team's just fucked up. I got Fields on my team. I drafted him high, thinking he's going to be a top 5 QB. He's not. He's not. He's killing my team. I don't know how we
The
got
dog
there.
the dog was barking. I had to get a little see the dog in the background, that
Yeah,
sweetie boy
yeah.
making an appearance on Good Lies Golf.
Really, to be honest, all I saw was its little Hershey kiss just looking at me back there.
Nice, dude. Nice. That's what he's
All I
all
could
about.
see.
Yeah, but so you went out there, you golfed, you had a nice round, little
Yeah.
49. I mean, 40 back your front nine. That's pretty damn good. So
Well, it's
Caius was a good luck charm, good caddy there for you.
yeah.
And
He
then you
was. He
said you went to
was.
some mini golf extravagant place for a work thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll shout these guys out. They treated us well for sure. But yeah, I went out to a little happy hour with the company and brought the fam along. And we went to this place called the Acres in Cincinnati, and it's like a little restaurant bar. And they also have a driving range and then two 18-hole putt courses. And the thing that's pretty cool about it too, or at least what I found was pretty cool about it, is they have this whole little like section where there's also a track man, but there's a tiny little practice putting green with a bunch of just random old ass, all different types. It's like a plated again sports almost looking like, but they just have it all lined with different types of putters, and that's what you use as like your putter for putt putt.
So you
So
just kind of figured out like whatever one
yeah,
you
you
want to
just look
use,
around and you look for
dealer's
like
choice.
different random shit. Like I saw a fucking old It's probably from the 1950s, uh, forged in Scotland, like
Solid.
heel putter. Oh, dude, it was so sick. Like I almost wanted to buy it off them, but we'll let it sit there for everybody else to use. But yeah, it was sick, man. It was fun.
Yeah, so you did that, and that was a work-related thing? That's amazing your job does stuff like that, that's a
Yeah,
good
just
good
a
vibe.
little outing for the people that live in the Cincinnati area, and we hooked up there, and we did like a little Ryder Cup thing of our own. So like split up into two teams, had some handicaps, and then played 18-hole putt putt. Came down, and then the winning team, um, whoever was a part of that, participated in like you know best hole type
How'd you
thing.
shoot in putt-putt?
So I got there super late, and I just kind of caught on the end, but I did have to go back around and like play the holes I missed by myself. So apparently I ended up shooting the second best score, but I was on the losing team, so it didn't matter. Um,
Got it.
but yeah,
Got
the winners ended up playing like a best hole, and then it came down to like three people because they kept making the same hole over and over. So they went to like three new holes, and it kept going on until eventually there was a winner who was
Mini golf tournaments.
Travis. You know Trav.
Yeah, I know Travis. I just beat him in fantasy last week. Yeah. But
So shout out to nice little portrait right now. You're handsome. Okay, there you are. You're back. How are
yeah, there it is. I don't know. The little
you? Yeah,
glitches are
that's
happening
all
right
right.
now.
Hey,
We have
glitchy itchy.
we have
It's
some
all good.
technical difficulties here.
It's all good, man.
It's
But
okay.
yeah,
We're all
shout
learning.
out to Travis. If it got cut off, I gotta shout him out. He
We know
hit the
Travis.
dub.
He's in the highly educated fantasy football league, and he just
There he
got
is.
beat by me last week. Making a run for it this year, boys.
Hey man, we're gonna make it competitive for sure.
Just traded Brendan Aaron Jones for DJ Moore, and I think I made the right call because I think he's going to light it up for the rest of the year. And
Hey,
Chicago's got a pretty
we're gonna
decent
see for
schedule.
sure. We're gonna see for sure. I'm trying to make some deals as we speak. Bada boom, bada bing. Uh, we'll see if they come through. I don't know.
Brendan's the trade guy in fantasy. He's like the guy who's always itching
It's
to do a
fun,
bunch of
dude. It's
trades.
fun. Yeah, I don't know. You're
I mean,
just like constant money ball. It's enjoyable.
it's just constant. My team always is garbage, so I just have to trade all my players all the
Hey
time.
man, sometimes you got great players and you got bad luck. Sometimes you got shitty players and you got good luck. And I think that happens with fantasy, and that's what's frustrating. And it's a constant movement. And sometimes you fuck your own team up, but sometimes you make it
And
better.
we're
You
moving,
never
and we're
fucking know.
dancing.
So why don't you just trade,
There you go. That's a good strategy. I've lost, multiple years in a row with all my fantasy teams, and I've never really done well. So I don't have the winning strategy for anybody. So don't listen to my advice when it comes to fantasy,
I
sports,
feel like
football, or otherwise.
advice. I feel like advice is just all bullshit on that stuff. Like you listen to the guys on ESPN
They can
Fantasy.
say everything,
I
and then it's
love
nothing.
those guys. I love listening to them. They make great points. You get out there, you play a certain guy, the guy does nothing,
Nothing.
and everyone's just like blah 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 blah. It's like we all knew this was going to happen. No one knows what the fuck's actually happening out there.
It's any
Only the
given
game
Sunday.
strip.
It's any
Only if
given
it's
Sunday.
scripted. Yeah, it's all scripted. NBA, it's all scripted.
I that's why the other night it's about energy too about sports. That's the real fire up about sports. That's why I really like and appreciate live sports betting because like when the games actually started, and this is what I did the other night when they were playing each other for it was Sunday night football, and I had made a bet that what's his name, Witherspoon was going to get an
Oh
interception,
yeah,
and I just saw his energy in the first two quarters with like how hard he was doing tackles, like how hard he was hitting people. And he was like all hyped up in the camera, like fucking screaming after every play. And he was just like, you could tell he was juiced up. He was on one. Like straight up the energy he had was just like
yeah. You felt
playoff
it. You
level
felt
energy.
it. Yeah.
And I felt it and I looked at the app and I was like, damn, he's plus 6,000 right now to score a defensive touchdown, meaning a pick six is plus 6,000 and he's fired up like this. Why not throw $10 on it? And then bam, of course, fucking pick six and he
That's
gets it.
unbelievable.
$10 to win $600. Imagine if I would have just been not been a little bitch and I would have put 100 on it. Bam. That's $6,000, ladies and gentlemen, off energy and vibe. It's real. So you
Imagine
gotta.
if you put $47 on it. Then what?
I can't do math, but that's a lot of money. You know, it's just
No, that's sick.
it's just
That's sick.
funny how you can kind of feel energy like that in the live sports betting arena. Like I'm sure you could have came up big on DraftKings or FanDuel or Caesars if you were watching the Ryder Cup on Saturday and Sunday when the US was making a couple runs. I'm sure there was good value there in some of those
Sure.
picks
Sure.
because they knew it was at a disadvantage. Just like some of these baseball teams. Like I was just looking for, and right before we started this podcast tonight, Arizona was playing the Brewers, and they were down 2-0, and the Brewers were like minus 600 to win. Now they're winning 4-2. It's
There
and
you
so it's
go.
like just like that, bam.
You just gotta
So
have faith.
it's really sports are crazy like that, and it goes for golf, it goes for football, and that's why fantasy is all just a crapshoot. And really, whoever wins at the end of the year just got lucky. They drafted the right people, and then they got even luckier by maintaining guys that came up a little bit that
Yeah,
weren't supposed to be that good. They got lucky. Honestly, it's just really the luck of the draw and
for
where you
sure.
fall and who you get. So everybody gets all angry and aggro, but at the end of the day, it's just luck, man. You're at the blackjack
It
table,
really is, man. It's
you're at the
just
roulette
like
table.
you just gotta build teams with guys you like. Um, I mean, and like you said, at the end of the day, it's just like whatever happens, happens. You have no control. I mean, you have control, but you really don't.
You really don't.
And that's why I say like all those guys you listen to on like ESPN and shit. I mean, even us, like we're just giving out opinions.
We're
What I
just
mean?
giving out opinions
We're
to
looking
those
at
who think we
fucking
have an opinion.
yeah,
So
yeah. We have some data, and you look at it and say, oh yeah, look, they got good numbers. Yeah, I think they're gonna do well this week, and they do nothing. And that's just how shit. It's like a fucking weatherman giving a
that's all we
weather
are. We're all just
forecast.
sports
Yeah,
meteorologists.
yeah, and we're never right. So
Honestly, we're right sometimes. There's been a few times where we've called winners over the last
true.
year, and a few times we've done a few things, but for the most part, like Brendan said, we're swinging in the dark. But that's why it's good to have these tournaments, and that's why it's good golf is year round because you're swinging at different targets, and sometimes you can scrape up some money in this off season of golf now, betting on some of these guys, these guys that are still trying to really make a name for themselves, these hungrier golfers. Um, who am I exampling? Like a Cam Young or like a somebody like that. You can bet money on these kinds of guys throughout these tournaments, and they're good value because they're usually good plays on the odds, and only a couple dollars, and that's all you need every week to be throwing in a couple dollars. It's like betting $100 at the end of the year total over the course of each tournament, a couple dollars. You just made your chances for that one guy to win a lot. You win a lot of money.
Yeah, how many dollars?
Couple dollars, $2, $3 max.
I'm glad you brought up Cam Young, dude. I feel like Cam Young probably should have been on the Ryder Cup team. I like his game, and I think he probably would have played really well in match play. He was deserving of it, but you know, some of the other guys, I just felt like I don't know. I feel like there might have been some like bias there. They just didn't go with the guys that were the best players that year. They went with who they thought would make a good fun team based off past experience in that event.
Yeah.
But
Question for you, kind of throwing
romances,
slightly off topic,
so
but on topic of teams and such.
that's confusing.
Live golf. What are we thinking here at the end of the season? They never really kind of determined what would the overall end game of Live be. They kind of left it way out in the open of saying, "Hey, we're going to merge it or figure out how it incorporates," but they never really gave us a roadmap to how it incorporates. Thoughts?
Feelings. Drop a comment. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I haven't read up on anything of recent. I haven't seen anything recent come out that's like kind of given us that path, like you said.
Right.
I'm really interested to see what happens, just because, you know, the PGA came out and they said that nothing was going to change for them. They're just going to go along, you know, as they always have. I always envision just, you know, a few extra events, kind of incorporating the live, you know, concept. Um, but live has also come out and said, well, let me stop there. There's been the assumption that live was just going to be back and absorbed by the PGA, right? For the most part, that's what people have said. But then live comes out and they basically say, like, nothing's changing to live. Like, we're going to keep doing our thing. We think it's going to grow, you know? So I don't know.
That's what I mean. It's like a
Yeah,
toss up right
I'm,
now, back and
yeah,
forth. They
I'm
haven't had
super
that
interested.
ugly conversation hasn't been had yet, or maybe
Right.
it has, and they're just being quiet about it.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that they have some sort of plan. But yeah, you're right. There hasn't really been a big announcement about it, you know. Um, what I'm looking forward to TGL though. You know, the the new Tiger Rory golf
What are the
tournament that's
updates
going to
on
be
that?
airing. Fuck, man, let's call out some. Let's call it out here, right?
Jamie, pull that shit up.
Jamie, let's pull this shit up.
Brendan, pull that shit up, man. I don't know if they had a start date for that yet, or if they had any official times or anything. But yeah, that should be. I thought really Liv was going to throw a wrench into that, and I thought that maybe they wouldn't do it because of those circumstances. But I don't know what's going on with that. I really didn't hear anything or any updates, and I haven't read any updates on that. So that would definitely be something good to give our listeners a little
Yeah.
update.
Yeah, for sure. Let me circle back real quick. So, looks like it's January 2024.
Mm.
15 regular season matches and a playoff starting in January. Tech Infused Golf League partnership with PGA Tour. I mean, this is going to be pretty sweet. I feel like it's going to be something we've never
Oh, so it's
seen
officially
before.
announced 15 different tournaments throughout the year to follow along with the PGA Tour schedule. And it's not live. This is the TGL.
Yep, TGL. It's Tiger Woods and Rory
Yep.
McIlroy.
Yep.
It's their baby. They're launching it. I mean, just imagine teams of, you know, some of the best players in the world, and Tiger Woods, competing in, you know, golf tournaments basically on like a TrackMan that stands, you know, I don't know, fucking this screen is massive, dude. Imagine a movie theater screen basically where you're hitting balls and playing any course in the world. And then when you have to go out and hit chip shots and putt, it's an actual, you know, green complex, bunkers and everything that just moves based upon what hole
Sounds
you're
expensive.
playing. And then you can sit up in an arena audience and watch this shit. And then when you're not there, it's streaming on ESPN and Plus and stuff. So
The Ocho.
the Ocho right after dodgeball.
So I think that is going to be interesting. I love that it's January 24th, so we're not going to have to wait very long. Um, and then we'll see how the live golf plays out after that arrives, because then maybe once that arrives, then this fraction that was needed, because live did poke a niche, right? Like it did poke the niche of golfers that didn't quite exactly love the 4-day style of tournaments, maybe something a little more engaging, more fun, a little more loose, a little less serious, a little more, just like less traditional in its style. And I think if you take the niche that people wanted that, and then now you take the TGL, now you're getting back those people that you lost from the PGA that wanted that little niche thing, that went to live for it because they were like, oh, there's nothing like live. This is awesome. Now they have TGL. They can come back to the PGA and be like, hey, ooh, wait, TGL is really cool. This is actually awesome. Let me follow this. So now that's giving it like this competitive kind of reach over each other, and we'll see where the fans kind of fall and lie after 6 months of that. We've seen almost a year of live now. Let's see what 6 months of this other one does, and then kind of compare. But I think you're going to find a lot of people come back over and cross back over to this TGL thing because it's a whole new concept.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much, you know, players are making in this TGL thing. I assume they're making something, but I don't know how that'll all work. But one thing I do know is I feel like golf is in an awesome spot right now. I just feel like it's booming, dude. Like the
Yeah,
popularity's coming around. Like I totally get the historic significance of like the PGA and those major tournaments and everything and that divide that occurred between that and why Live was basically started.
sure.
Um, but I just feel like as annoying as all that was and everything that stirred up because of it, like I just feel like it's now put us in such a great place because there's so many eyes now on the game of golf. You know what I mean?
A lot of
And with
eyes, a lot of
this,
options.
right, a lot of options, and then you got the TGL coming in, which is going to be something completely new because from what I've read, like I believe these are going to be taking place on like weekday nights. You know what I mean? So like imagine, not a Monday night watching football, like a Tuesday night you turn on TV and you're watching,
Super
some of the
Golf
best,
League.
yeah, Super Golf League, it's going to be fucking awesome. It's going to change the game.
And I think accessibility too, right? When we talk about that and
Yeah, like these
accessibility,
guys will be mic'd up and shit. It's
well,
going to be a completely different thing.
yeah, well, that accessibility and then the dual accessibility of you're making the game more accessible
Yeah,
in the
right.
sense where now these kids in these towns all across America, they don't just have one outlook of like, oh, if I can't make it into the PGA Tour, if I can't win, 100 tournaments from now until I'm 17 and then, beat everybody because I feel like golf is such a hard avenue to break into, the professional golf league, punching your card. You have to be so good, even beyond the best people, consistently all the time. It's like so much pressure, so much practice, so much this and that. Now there's easier access and avenues into golf with these other leagues and these other little access points. It's going to grow the game that way, where it's going to channel new golfers in new cities to play and pick up sticks. And that's the
Mhm.
overall, right? That's what the PGA is hoping for in all this, and the golf world's hoping for in all this, because what's good for the golf world is good for everybody that likes golf, in theory, because then everything is going to become more elevated. So I think that's really the overall goal with all of these conglomerates and these companies trying to make all these little factors of golf. They're just trying to basically up the accessibility. And if you take away that stuffiness out of it and that exclusivity that it's always kind of carried, that's when you're going to see it really open up to the rest of the US with the sports market. And that's when you're really going to see the numbers shift, which we're already in right now. We're in that shifting current, but it hasn't like fully boulder pushed over the hill yet. We're almost there.
Yeah, yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. And correction to me, that's actually going to be on Monday night. So it's like Monday night football, Monday night golf. But I mean, they don't take place at the same time. But that's the concept, is like kind of be the same type of event, every week. So it's gonna be fucking sweet. It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna change the game. Looking forward to it. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's it. It's about all she wrote, man. And
That's it, and that's all.
that's it, and that's all. And me and Brendan have said our piece for the week here. Had a nice little episode of Good Lies Golf. We're on episode 41, guys. That's a lot of episodes. So,
There we go, man.
thanks for listening to all these episodes and keeping track with us and, staying on board. We're here. Guess what? Merch comes out next week. Not a joke. For real, for
Bada
real.
bing, bada boom.
Being launched next week. Merchandise. Get your wallets ready. They're going to be right on the website, so you're not going to have to do anything. Just go right on our website. Store's going to be right on there. Shirts, you can buy them. We're going to have hats, shirts, coffee mugs, little things at first, and then we'll expand. We'll get some more merch in there, but you'll have your limited edition.
We'll be doing our own barbecue sauce.
Yeah, that's.
And
Don't
wing
ask
sauce.
Brendan what's in that. It's disgusting. We'll leave you.
What
to
is it?
decide.
What is it, Sherm?
We'll leave them to think about it until next week.
What is it, Sherm?
All right, Brendan.
What are you putting there?
We'll see you
What are
next
putting
week.
the barbecue sauce, Sherm? What are you putting in there, dude?